Am I on? Am I talking? All right, good. All right, I'm going to call the meeting. The chair is going to call the meeting of the Justice Committee. We have a quorum present, so do we have any appearance by members of the public?
We have had no requests from the public to speak this evening.
Thank you. First item on our agenda is the consent agenda. We have item 3A, approval of minutes, November 7, 2023, regular meeting minutes. Can I have a motion to approve? Have a motion by member Abraham, a second by member Bell. Any additions or corrections to our minutes? I don't know why I'm looking that way. All right, seeing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next item on the agenda is item 3B, recommend approval of bills and transfers, if any, to the county board. I have bills here in the amount of $408,227.45. I also have a letter here from our county auditor stating that she has reviewed the bills and that they are in compliance with McLean County Board adopted ordinance resolutions and policies. Can I have a motion to approve the bills? Motion by member Abraham, a second by member Schaefer. Any comments or questions? I don't know why I'm looking that way, but all right, look this way. Okay, seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. All right, first item on the agenda is item 4A, Erica Reynolds, McLean County State's Attorney. We have no items for action. We do have the state's attorney's caseload and forfeiture fund reports. Why do I always forget it? What's your name? I always forget it.
Brad Rigdon.
Brad, yes. I mean, sorry about that.
That's all right.
All right. Did you have anything you want to say about your caseload and forfeiture fund reports?
No, I have nothing to add beyond what's in those documents.
Does any member have any questions of Mr. Rigdon? All right, seeing none. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda is item 4B, Don Everhart. Don is not going to be able to make it tonight. He has provided his monthly statistical reports. If you have any questions about those, please direct them to the county administrator or to Mr. Everhart. Next item on the agenda is item 4C, 1A, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the County of McLean and the Town of Normal for booking services. And can I have a motion to approve? I have a motion by member Tompkins, a second by member Bell. Sheriff Lane, anything you'd like to say about that?
No, sir. This is a standard booking agreement we've had for years with Bloomington Normal and ISU.
Does any member have any questions of the sheriff about the intergovernmental agreement? Member Schaefer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Normally, we also have the city of Bloomington in the agreement. Is there? Mike.
Each municipality likes to do it a different way. Some like to have it signed before they send it to us to have you approved. Some want it approved by this committee and board before they sign it and do that. Bloomington is in the process of getting theirs done with their board. So I'll probably have that next month.
Member Abraham.
There's about a 7,500 difference in this contract versus last contract. Is there any reason for that?
There is. It was lopsided. The amount of custodies that the town of Normal bring to the jail was significantly lower than Bloomington. They were paying the same amount, and it was not a fair amount. So we lowered it in order to be more fair and accurate on what it should be that they're paying.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? Member Bell?
Yes. What is the turnaround time for booking from the time that they're brought into the jail and processed out, since we're under this new system?
It really depends on how many people are waiting, and but I would say within an hour or two, if, usually if they're just being, released, probably the booking, with all the booking process and, the processing out, I would say probably an hour minimum in order to get all that done, especially on a weekend night or something, it'd be at least that long.
Okay. Have things gotten better now that we're under a different system of the release from?
I don't know
Custody.
if I can determine whether it's better or not. It's different. I think it'll probably take several months, if not a year, and then we can look back and see how things are going. The population right now is down. It dipped to 170. It was in the 200 range. It dipped down to 175 about a month or so in. It went back up to 200, and now it's in the 160 to 170 range. So it really fluctuates. Some of that is people leaving for DOC or mental health treatment. And, there have been a lot of detained people lately. So we have added a little bit to it. So I really can't give you an answer yet, ma'am, on what effects this is going to have permanently or on average. We just need to give it a little more time. Yes, ma'am.
Does any member have any other questions? All right, we'll be voting on item 4C1A, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the County of McLean and the Town of Normal for booking services. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is item 4C1B. I should have combined those, shouldn't I? I didn't combine them. Oh, too late now. All right, 4C1B, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the County of McLean and Illinois State University for booking services. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by Member Tompkins, a second by Member Bell. Sheriff Lane, anything you'd like to say about those?
No, sir. It's the same as the last contract, only adjusted for the amount of custodies brought in.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4C1B, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the County of McLean and Illinois State University for booking services. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is item 4C1C, request approval of a memorandum of understanding for alternative court security shifts between the McLean County Board, the McLean County Sheriff, and the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police, Labor Council, representing deputies, sergeants, investigators, and lead process servers. And can I have a motion to approve? I have a motion by Member Tompkins, second by Member Schaefer. Sheriff Lane, anything you'd like to say about that?
This is an incentive we tried for the last quarter of 23, or I'm sorry, the second quarter, third quarter, I'm sorry. Third quarter and the remainder of the year, we've been trying in court security, and it's worked out very well. And with the agreement, we got agreement from the union to continue this. If it works out as well for the year of 2024, we will probably try to make it a permanent part of the contract.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4C1C, request approval of a memorandum of understanding for alternative court security shifts between the McLean County Board, the McLean County Sheriff, and the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police, Labor Council, representing deputies, sergeants, investigators, and lead process servers. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next item on the agenda is item 4CD. Request approval of an intergovernmental agreement by and between the County of McLean, the McLean County Sheriff, and the Bloomington Normal Airport Authority. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by member Roseman Mendoza, second by member Schaefer. Sheriff Lane, anything you'd like to say about that?
No, I'd be happy to answer any questions if anybody has any. But this is a continuation with a few adjustments on the agreement we've had for years, the Airport Authority.
Does any member have any questions? Member Bell?
And how many officers are out there that you have from the Sheriff's Department at one time?
There are 2 officers assigned to the airport. They have fluctuated different hours. Some of those right now overlap. This agreement here puts them on different days. So there'll only be 1 officer, but it'll be for a longer period of time each day. Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions? All right, we are voting on item 4CD, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement by and between the County of McLean, the McLean County Sheriff, and the Bloomington Normal Airport Authority. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right, we have no other items for action. We do have the Sheriff's monthly statistical report. Sheriff Lane, anything you'd like to say about that?
Wanted to add that the mental health numbers are, we have 8 that are unfit to stand trial, 1 not guilty by reason of insanity right now. The longest wait we've got is since September, so they're catching up a little bit. And there are 3 that are waiting evaluation for fitness. DOC looks like we have about 10 waiting. 8 of those are parole holds that we're waiting on. They still aren't picking those up like they used to pre-COVID. So we're holding those for a longer period of time instead of them going back to DOC. So unless there's any other questions, that's all I had, sir.
Do any members have any questions? Member Abraham?
So how do the monthly statistics for this month compare to last year this time? We can only see December.
Last year's, you mean, so comparing post-PFA?
Yeah.
Is that what, I don't have last year's numbers available to me right here to be able to tell you, sir. I can get those numbers for you. If you want, I can give them just to you. I can give them to the committee. But I can get those for you. I think you'll find the amount of arrests are around the same. That the detained would be quite a bit different.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? All right, seeing none, anything else you'd like to add?
No, sir, that's all.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is item 4D, Molly Evans, Children's Advocacy Center Director. We have no items for action. We do have her monthly reports. Ms. Evans, anything you'd like to say about those?
No, I don't have anything, but happy to answer any questions you might have.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none. Anything else you'd like to add? Thank you. Next item on the agenda is item 4E, Kathy Yoder, McLean County Coroner. We have 1 item for action. Item 4E1A, request approval of an ordinance by the McLean County Board amending Chapter 205 fees, Article VI, use of county morgue in the McLean County Code. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by member Tompkins, second by member Roseman Mendoza. Ms. Yoder, would you like to discuss that?
It's just raising of the fees for morgue use. 40 counties use our morgue, and we haven't raised it in quite a few years, so we're raising it now.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4E1A, request approval of an ordinance by the McLean County Board amending Chapter 205 fees, Article VI, use of county morgue in the McLean County Code. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. We have an item for information, the county coroner's monthly report. Ms. Yoder, anything you'd like to say about that?
No, I will say that overdoses are on the rise again, sadly.
Does any member have any questions? Member Bell?
How long do you keep a body in the morgue generally? I'm asking for personal reasons. Is there a state standard for that?
Well, per our order, our policy is we keep the decedent there as soon as the family wants them released. Now, after 3 days, we do charge a storage fee of $20. We only have room for 17 decedents.
Thank you.
What's your question specifically?
Well, I've had a family member that's been in the morgue since November 7th, and they just contacted my family today.
Oh, not our county.
No, not in our county, but I just wanted to know, is it uncommon to have a body sit in a morgue that long?
Right, we offer a lot of assistance. I mean, the county doesn't pay necessarily, but we do offer, there's facilities such as Lamplight that's, body donation that would be free and the family gets the cremains back if you're okay with donating to science. And then we have discussions with family. I mean, our turnaround time for our closing of cases is probably very quickly compared to other counties, which is 4 to 6 weeks, which is rapid, I think, compared to even the local counties around us. I think we're efficient with our family, and my staff try to run it as a business and try to strive for 5 in customer service. So we try to help families out and have dialogue and discussion and call the families every day and try to assist and have them talk to funeral homes and local funeral homes and give them ideas. There's veterans assistance, there's other things that they can do, so we work closely with families. I'm so sorry this has happened to you.
Any other questions? Anything else you'd like to say?
I do want to say thank you so much. We finally received our x-ray machine. It's beautiful. If you want to come down and see this beautiful, small, little, amazing x-ray machine. It's so tiny compared to the last one. It's so ergonomically correct. I think my x-ray tech is more than thrilled. A little glitch in the IT system, but I think I've talked to the county administrator who's been delightful to work with, trying to help facilitate a better process with our PAC system. I don't know if you know what a PAC system is, but that's where the x-ray machine can look at. It's efficient, it's amazing, and it will help the flow. So we want to thank you, and it's kind of amazing. Maybe they'll put it in the picture I sent Cassie, maybe it'll go into our notes, our county notes and stuff, but it's really brings us further, and I think it's an amazing thing. So I can't say that I'm just so thrilled. So thank you very, very, very much.
Thank you. So Mr. Lewis just came in. Next item on the agenda is item 4F, Ron Lewis, Public Defender. We have several items for action here. How do I combine those?
Combine them.
Let's make a motion.
Ask if there's any objections, and then you can just combine them as the chair.
All right. The chair is asking if we can combine those, or if the members want to combine those. Items 4F1A through 4F1F. Is there any objection? All right, so we're going to combine items 4F1A, B, C, D, E, and F. All right. The items for action, item 4F1A, request approval of a contract between John J. Busan, Special Public Defender, and the Public Defender's Office. Item 4F1B, request approval of a contract between Jeff Brown, Special Public Defender, and the Public Defender's Office. Item 4F1C, request approval of a contract between Michael Dubay, Special Public Defender, and Public Defender's Office. Item 4F1D, request approval of a contract between Craig Queen, Special Public Defender, and the Public Defender's Office. Item 4F1E, request approval of a contract between Michael Malin, Special Public Defender, and the Public Defender's Office. And item 4F1F, request approval of a contract between Rachel Moore Perry, a Special Public Defender of the Public Defender's Office. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by Member Schaefer, second by Member Tompkins. Mr. Lewis, anything you'd like to say about those?
These are just the contract attorneys that we have. We've had them for years. They help us carry out our duties for the Public Defender's Office. They've supplemented us as attorneys for a number of years. They're for contract and or conflict and overflow cases. Some are a little more specialized, like post-conviction cases, sexually violent person cases, sexually dangerous person cases, and one is in the juvenile and abuse and neglect area. But they are the ones we've been doing for years, and they're just up again. And thank you.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4F1A, 4F1B, 4F1C, 4F1D, 4F1E, and 4F1F. 4F1A, contract with John J. Busan. 4F1B, contract with Jeff Brown. 4F1C, contract with Michael Dubay. 4F1D, contract with Craig Queen. 4F1E, contract with Michael Malin. And 4F1F, contract with Rachel Moore Perry. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I'm following Robert's Rules of Order. Mr. Lewis, we have no other items here for action, but we do have your caseload report. Anything you'd like to say about that?
Nothing additional about the case report, another standard report, and that's all I have.
Does any member have any questions? Anything else you'd like to add?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda is item 4G, Will Scanlon Circuit Court. We have one item for action, item 4G1A, request approval of an amendment to the neutral site custody exchange and supervised visitation center agreement. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by Member Abraham, second by Member Bell. Mr. Scanlon, would you like to discuss that?
Yes, this is a program offered by Brightpoint, formerly Children's Home and Aid, at their State Street location, where parties who are involved in a divorce case or a family case who have had difficulty being reasonable with each other or civil with each other, where the court has a concern about their behavior in front of the children, where they offer a supervised visitation program. It's available, I believe, 7 days a week, limited hours some of those days, but 7 days a week to parties. And this has been a longstanding program through Brightpoint for approximately 15 years.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4G1A, request approval of an amendment to the neutral site custody exchange and supervised visitation center agreement. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is nothing. All right, so nothing. Anything else? Anything, for you anyway, anything you'd like to add or say about that?
For the record and for the committee, I would like to thank, Dr. Yoder has left, but I'd like to thank Dr. Yoder's office. We have annually have high school classes come in to tour the Law and Justice Center, observe court, and visit the coroner's office. And she has gracefully hosted 2 out of 3 of the classes that have been in this month. Ron Lewis has spoken to 2 out of 3 of those classes that have been in, and the next one will be in on December 12th. I'd like to thank the sheriff for his cooperation during our annual mock trial program, the weekend of November 3rd through 5th. There were 300 college students in the building during that weekend, and we held rounds for a college mock trial program through ISU. It lasted well into Friday night, all day Saturday, and Sunday till about 1 p.m. And court security was present. The facilities personnel did a fantastic job Friday, Saturday, and Sunday following the mock trial. So I would like to thank all of them for their efforts in assisting the court with that. And the final thing, the Administrative Office of the Illinois Courts has informed us that they will be offering a 3rd round of funding for technology upgrades. So we are working with the Circuit Clerk's Office, the Public Defender's Office, and the Information Technologies Office to try to find an appropriate projects to pursue for that funding. So, and I will let the committee know probably in January. Let the county administrators know when we receive any funding, but know the committee know in January what projects may get funded.
Anybody have any questions? All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda is item 4H, Suzanne Montoya, Court Services Director. First item for action is item 4H1A, request approval of an agreement with the Center for Youth and Family Solutions for moral recognition therapy as part of the problem-solving court program. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by member Abraham, second by member Bell. Ms. Montoya, anything you'd like to say about that?
This is just a standard contract, just updating the yearly contract.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4H1A, request approval of an agreement with the Center for Youth and Family Solutions for Moral Recognition Therapy as part of the Problem-Solving Court Program. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is item 4H1B, request approval of an agreement with the Center for Human Service for Mental Health Treatment and Case Management Services as part of the Problem-Solving Court Program. And can I have a motion to approve? A motion by member Tompkins, a second by member Abraham. Ms. Montoya, anything you'd like to say?
And just another longstanding contract that we've had with Center of Human Services for problem-solving courts.
Does any member have any questions? All right, we are voting on item 4H1B, request approval of an agreement with the Center for Human Service for Mental Health Treatment and Case Management Services as part of the Problem-Solving Court Program. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is item 4H1C, request approval of an agreement with Chestnut Health Systems for substance abuse treatment services as part of the Problem-Solving Court Program. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by member Tompkins, second by member Schaefer. Ms. Montoya, anything you'd like to say?
Nope, just an updated contract with Chestnut for services for problem-solving court.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4H1C, request approval of an agreement with Chestnut Health Systems for substance abuse treatment services as part of the Problem-Solving Court Program. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is item 4H1D, request approval of an agreement with the Center for Youth and Family Solutions for services as part of the Veterans Court. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by member Abraham, second by member Roseman Mendoza. Ms. Montoya, anything you'd like to say?
We were given a no-cost extension on the SAMHSA grant for Veterans Treatment Court for an additional year, so this is just updating the contract that we have for another year for this programming.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4H1D, request approval of an agreement with the Center for Youth and Family Solutions for services as part of the Veterans Court. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next item on the agenda is item 4H1E, request approval of an agreement with the Center for Youth and Family Solutions for counseling and case management services for juveniles. And can I have yeah, this is throwing me off reading this. All right, can I have a motion to approve? Motion by member Abraham, a second by member Tompkins. Ms. Montoya, anything you'd like to say about that?
No, just another update to a current contract with CYFS for juvenile services.
Does any member have any questions? All right, I believe we're voting on item 4H1E, request approval of an agreement with the Center for Youth and Family Solutions for counseling and case management services for juveniles. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, final item on the agenda is item 4H1F, request approval of an agreement with the Center for Youth and Family Solutions for identification and assessment of risk, need, and responsivity for juveniles. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by member Schaefer, second by member Abraham. Ms. Montoya, anything you'd like to say about that?
Just another update to a standard contract that we've had with CYFS for years.
Does any member have any questions? All right, we are voting on item 4H1F, request approval of an agreement with the Center for Youth and Family Solutions for identification and assessment of risk, need, and responsivity for juveniles. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we have one last item here for information. The Court Services Adult Juvenile Division statistics. Anything you'd like to say about that?
Just standard monthly statistics, but I welcome any questions if anybody has any about court services.
Does any member have any questions? Member Schaefer.
Thank you. Have you had any, or will you be, are there any upcoming drug recovery or Veterans Court graduations?
Not graduations upcoming, but we do have the holiday dinner for drug court next Thursday, the 14th.
Any other questions? All right, anything else you'd like to say?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hopefully no more contracts for me for another year.
Yeah, so that's a lot of reading. All right, next item on the agenda is item 4I. Cassie Taylor, anything you'd want to say here?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have nothing to report at this committee meeting.
All right, next item on the agenda is other business and communication. I was trying to follow Robert's Rules of Order as I understand them. Did they pass these out, or is that what they were doing today? So everybody should have received a copy of these. So what do you want? Do you want to just ask them to review it or look at it? Yeah, they just want that. The chair would like if you would review those and use them accordingly at all your committee meetings and the county board meetings. Is that right? Great. All right. Anything else? Anything else you want to say about that? Okay. All right. Anything anybody would like to say? All right. Our next meeting is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024 at 4:30 p.m. and we are adjourned.